My name is Eric Dwyer, and I'm a professor of this cross-cultural studies course. I'm really delighted that you've decided to spend the semester with me, and I hope I do a good job for you. I hope you find it engaging and a fruitful experience. You know, when I was a kid, I was studying in high school in Utah, 20th century history. And it was very interesting because, of course, we discussed the civil rights movement. So it's really fun for me to come to Atlanta now and be here at the Martin Luther King Civil Rights Area and Memorial.
So I'm going to ask you to go through an experience for this course. The experience should be twofold. First, we'll look how people engage with the new culture. You've all heard of culture shock. Anyway, we'll take a classic and more modern approach to culture shock. I'll ask you to engage with folks you might not ordinarily engage with. These will not be your peeps, as it were. So that will be an experience for you. At times, I'll warn you here, I ask you to depart from your comfort zone, and as you'll see when you look at the syllabus, I mean this physically, not just mentally. To help you deal with such, we'll look at some of the theories and phenomena that artists, philosophers, and researchers have written about. And then I'll ask you to ponder their thoughts. You don't just need to agree with them. In fact, you can reject them outright, just so long as you justify your opinion. Not only through your own experiences, but by academically attaching previous thinkers' thoughts to supplement and support your opinions. You may at times find the course odd, for much of what is written will be sounding pretty negative. You'll read and listen to a lot of complaining, but oddly, I have found that these narratives and conversations often lead to acceptance and enjoyment of other. And that's what we're going to strive for. To that end, I'll ask for a favor. I would like the conversations we have online and in our discussions to entail safety. And by that, I'll ask that folks refrain from personal attacks. We can be critical, but we'll do our best to do so in safe and polite ways, okay? Thus, I'll ask for that. And I'll preemptively ask here for your forgiveness should I have to play referee once in a while. By the same token, I'll do my best not to put anyone on the spot, unless I think my response should be public. I'll err on the side of resisting such, but there have been times when I feel that such public messages needs to be registered. Still, I shall do my best to err on the side of restraint. That said, I should point out that you can expect folks to be frank in their discussion. In other words, you can expect explicit cursing and references to culturally difficult topics. This is an R-rated class, and you should not be surprised. You should not be surprised to find that we'll challenge some cultural norms, knowing that they are different from person to person, with rhetoric from time to time. In other words, if you have problems with cursing and topics about gender and sexuality, you'll need to prepare yourself mentally for them. This said, I will not censor folks in the class if they feel compelled to curse or swear, just so long, I'll say it again, as it is done not to personally attack anybody else in the course. We'll do our best to put everything into a modern context, applying the theories and stories to today's topics. We won't cover everything. We can't. But you will be largely in charge of the items that we do consider. The topics in the course should be interesting, at least I hope so. In addition to racism and sexuality, we'll also examine bullying, displacement, genocide, language, religion, social class, and war. And since the class originates in Miami, we'll also talk a bit about life here in a South Florida realm. But at the end of the day, believe it or not, I hope this is a class about not being afraid, about understanding our own fears, about getting along. And I hope you'll forgive me, but I hope this is a course about the kind and peace and love that Dr. King stood for and gave his life for. It's a treat to have you in this course, and I'm looking forward to everybody's contribution.